Katie,
Yep.
13 Sports Director Marlia Campbell was among the sideline reporters, and she said it did come down to a buzzer beater, so that should be fun.
Look at that crowd in there, too. Another full house at Lawrence Free State.
Back when Karen Kornacki started her broadcast career, a woman had never been in a Royals or Chiefs locker room for those post-game interviews.
Right, and she is still there at KMBC. She changed all that decades ago and the landscape for sports reporting for women around Kansas City. Marlia Campbell tells us her story. Here's this week's Title IX at 50.
The post-game locker room interview. It's a staple of sports reporting.
I just know I had to carry our team.
It was a big game. We needed to win this one.
We didn't shoot the ball well. One thing we focused on was just trying to play hard.
I'm just a lifelong fan.
But when Karen Kornacki started her career in sports broadcasting, it was a space reserved only for men.
There was a time when the locker room was a crass, gross place that women did not want to be part of. Now it's not like that at all. Not in any way, shape, or form. And locally, I feel like I helped that change.
It started in her very first TV market in Columbus, Ohio.
They were looking specifically for a woman sports reporter. It just so happened the climate was that a woman was thrown out of the locker room with the New York Yankees. They thought it would be a novel idea to hire a woman in sports.
Kornacki flourished in the role, using two key principles to guide her.
First of all, to be yourself. Second of all, to treat people with respect.
That mantra, paired with her talent as a broadcaster, took her to groundbreaking milestones.
I was the first woman in the Bengals locker room. I was the first woman in the Cleveland Browns locker room. I was the first woman in the Cincinnati Reds locker room, in the Royals and the Chiefs.
Kornacki came to KMBC 9 in Kansas City in 1983. Years later, she did a story on women in the locker room.
I had to ask guys about me here, the Chiefs, the Royals. And one thing George Brett said to me, he said, Karen, I've always appreciated the way you handled the locker room. You treated everyone with respect, so everyone gave you respect.
It wasn't just athletes. Kornacki often had to prove herself among her male colleagues.
I was judged within the first 6 seconds of the question, whether I knew what I was talking about, whether I would be taken seriously.
Today, it's commonplace. Wherever male reporters are granted access, women are welcome too.
It's just so common now, and so much, which is what I wanted. I never wanted to be told I was a great sportscaster for a woman. I just wanted to be told I did a good job. Women are strong. Women are wonderful. And we have a lot to offer and a perspective to give that people like in sports.
Karen Kornacki actually never got to play any sports. Title IX hadn't passed just yet as she was growing up. However, Karen, who's still on the air over there, as you saw in the newsroom, she credits her dad, a football coach himself, for giving her that love of sports even when they were not offered to her.